Hello everyone, this is Bro S of the Halodoc Bros, signing in, doing another figure unboxing. As you can see, I have Figma SP-084 Phoenix Wright. I am super excited. Phoenix Wright is from Ace Attorney. It does say his name on there. Ace Attorney, or Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I absolutely love the Ace Attorney series. I am so excited for this figure. I'm going to slaughter the Japanese accidentally, but it's called Gyakuten Saiban, I believe, in Japan. And his character's name is only Phoenix Wright in Western countries. It's Ryūichi Naruhodō in Japan. But let's get this unboxed. I'm actually super excited. And I have the pre-order bonus. I'm going to toss it in there. Also, let's get started. So I already showed a big chunk of the front, but there is, and switch my lighting. He's got the hand holding a cup of coffee. He's got a piece of paper as he holds it, like when he taps it. He's got his different faces, which we'll look at the back. Well, there's the side when he gets stomped in the courtroom. And of course we have the standard, I shouldn't say standard, but the objection face. They had to throw it in there. There's a couple other faces. There's his objection pose. Top also has the objection pose, and the bottom also has the objection pose. But let's get him unboxed and take a look. That portion, no stickers it looks like, so that's good. Let's stand him up and just take a good quick look at him. Let me tilt my camera up a bit. I've got him out of the box, as you can see, and let's zoom in on, not zoom in, but just take a quick look at some of the, so yeah, the faces. Just want to look. So, okay, so there's the signs that he's going to put up above his head. Let's take him out little by little, and let's see. So part of the reason I do this, as I say in all my videos, is in case I have to put them back together, like in case I'm going to move or something, then I know how to put it back together, and I have all the pieces and I know exactly where they go. Let me pull them out. So he's got all sorts of stuff. Well, first off, let me go over most of his joints. So he's got the standard shoulder, the elbow. Okay, so absolutely awesome. He has his attorney badge right there. He's got the classic hairstyle. Outstanding. He looks pretty simplistic. I hate to say that, but I mean, he really isn't a complicatedly dressed character, at least not when he's in the courtroom generally. This leg joint feels a little loose, but I'll get to that in a moment. We'll see how it affects posability. The joint here in general just seems kind of loose around the hips. But then he's got the knee joints, and he's got ankle joints, but he has pieces of plastic, which I'm not going to try and pull out the feet just yet to see maybe if there's something that goes there, and I'll look in the instructions. But that's the figure itself, and then, yeah. I don't necessarily like this face, so I'll probably never use it. I mean, it looks like him, but it doesn't look like him. It looks like they messed up the mouth or made it too long or something. I'm not quite sure, but anyway. I've got the piece of paper. It doesn't have anything on it. I wonder if there's a sticker that will give me something to put on it, like when he's tapping his piece of paper, when he's presenting evidence. Put that off to the side. Have the hand holding a coffee cup. I'm wondering if they will release other characters, because this would be more indicative of Godot. I always thought it was pronounced Godot, but Godot from the third Ace Attorney game. Moving on, let's take a look at the face. Yeah, there's his... My camera could focus. There's his face when he gets stomped or somebody presents new evidence that messes up his defense. And then there is the classic, and I'm going to leave him like this, the absolutely awesome objection face. I wonder if I can get closer. There we go. Now the camera focuses, and it keeps not wanting to. But there's the objection face. And he also comes with... Let me pull out this piece of plastic. He comes with... Okay. So, this was in there. I'm going to have to figure out what these are in a second. I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure I'll know. And then there's a... Oh, wow, there's something... This is really small for... I don't want to bend it too much, but we'll wait and see. And then there's his stand for the base. He's got his podium. I don't know if I want to call it a podium, but his defense table. That is beyond awesome. That is so cool. And last couple of things. Actually, there's the bag of stuff. Let me remove this bottom portion. Okay, so this was just taped to the bottom. This is his signs, which none of, there we go. We've got English and we've got the Japanese version. So we've got take that, and whatever that is in Japanese, objection, that's objection Japanese, and hold it, which is, and then there's that in Japanese. How delightful. And let's take a look at the instructions real quickly, and I'll go over this stuff in just a second, because I want to get looking at it. Okay, so that's what those pieces are for. They're for holding these, and then I believe this is maybe to put it higher above the head. I have the Japanese side, so let me switch to the English side. And there explains his hands, his podium, his stand, the faces, the signs, the, oh, how to place them in there. Okay, so they're, okay, so that's what, this will go in the back. This one will hold up the sign itself, and then this will allow, or yeah, this will connect to this to pose the sign, as you can see here. And I'll show that off here in just a second. And caution for using our marks will be backwards. Okay, figure that out here in just a moment. Lastly, we've got the base, we've got the hands, which he comes with 12 hands. Delightful. It's quite a bit. But let's take a look. I'm going to take a moment here and cut out this stuff and try and get it out of the bags. That way I have easy access to it. I'll be right back. So to show how his back piece fits on this little piece right here, I've got him kind of posed. I'm going to put the objection thing on him right away, but let me move my camera up just slightly, and I'm going to show you. So he's got the hole on the back, and normally it would fit in right there. But the way this works is, the piece I just had, this, as you see, has the two holes in it, and one fits on one side of the standard stand, and this arm, which I showed off earlier, fits in like so onto the other side if it would go in. Actually, I've got this backwards, and that's why I'm being dumb. This side goes in there, this goes in here, and then this goes into his back like so. And then this sign, this part, and actually I'll put the sign on ahead of time just to save myself a smidge of trouble. Actually, I'll put it more in this middle one right there, like so. Point this up just a smidge. Let me put the objection sign right above him. Move my camera back out. And actually that turned out pretty well without much posing at all. I can kind of put it, doesn't move too much higher, and this is really similar to the Metal Gear Solid characters when they have the exclamation point, the enemy soldiers, the exclamation point above their head. But that actually turned out pretty well, if I can just put his arm a smidge higher without affecting it too much. And I really like that. So I can put on the different signs. This is a little bit uneven, but it can be posed as we see fit. Also, before I go on too much further, I forgot to go over the pre-order bonus. So I've got his objection pose down. That actually worked a lot simpler than I anticipated. This face is, gosh, if we could focus, is his, whenever he's stumped on a case or he gives the wrong information to the judge, I'm trying to hoping it, there we go. He gets that look on his face whenever he gets docked for giving a wrong piece of evidence during something that the judge asks. But I'm going to move on, and I'm going to go for another couple of these poses. I'm going to especially involve this, and I'll try and aim for the hold it one. Let me zoom in. Try and aim for the hold it pose. I got his hold it pose down pretty well, and I did it even without the stand, which is kind of nice. He actually balances quite well on the podium here. I keep calling it a podium. I should have looked up what it is actually called, but there's the hold it pose. It made it really simple. There's really not much to it, but it looks absolutely awesome. This makes me, or hopes that there are more Figmas from the Ace Attorney Gyakuten Saiban line, like Miles Edgeworth or Franziska von Karma, or even like a full courtroom set, which would be really nice. I doubt we'll ever see any people that like are put on the stand, but I mean any of the official when I say that, official villains. But I'm going to move on to the next pose. I'm going to try probably this one with the coffee. I do like the podium, but I do want to keep his posability up, and I want to see if he'll stand up on his own in a couple of different ways. So I'm going to move on and try for one of these three, I think. Definitely probably the one with the paper. I want to see what he looks like holding that. I think I got this pose down pretty well, as in addition to the previous ones, looking like this. He has the two hands, one of them, so you can switch up which hand he's using to tap the piece of paper. I just use the left hand to tap it. And let me tilt that up just a smidge, like that. And the other hand can also hold the piece of paper, which is kind of nice, so you can switch it back and forth should you so choose. I forgot, I'm going to try and implement, in the next pose, I'll try and implement his I don't know, embarrassed face, I'll call it, for when he gets knocked by the judge. And that is what the embarrassed face looks like on the figure itself. Not a bad look. I just wish, if you see pictures or if you remember the game, I had to actually look at pictures myself. He actually doesn't have his eyes closed a big chunk of the time. He has his eyes open when he is embarrassed. So I think this is a little strange, but I think it's a bit goofy, whereas it's more non-serious embarrassment as opposed to where he's, you know, legitimately almost terrified whenever he has his eyes open. But I'm going to move on to one last pose, I think, and finish up the unboxing of this figure. This last pose I'm going with is, I'm going to call it like Godot gave him the wrong coffee or something like that, because I wanted to include Take That, because he doesn't really have a Take That scene, or he doesn't really have a I mean, I guess he could use the piece of paper for a Take That thing, but it's kind of, I don't know, it seems kind of strange. I guess I could have included that, but I do like the coffee cup, but there's no, I don't know if there's a necessary way to implement it. I like all these additional faces like I went over before, but his standard face just doesn't look right at all. The embarrassed face looks great. And then his objection face looks stellar as well. And then this face, as I just said, looks pretty good. But other than that, that is Figma SP-084. I couldn't remember the number. Phoenix Wright / Ryūichi Naruhodō from Ace Attorney / Gyakuten Saiban. Gyakuten Saiban. Thank you guys for watching. This is Bro S of the Halodoc Bros. Peace out.